Let's talk about sex in the Bible, sex style, sex toys, sex during menses, homosexuality, transgender, and clearly this is beyond me. I have someone to help me with this, a sex counselor and an evangelist. He is Earl Alright.
My name is Earl and I'm alright.
The best person to help us out with a balanced biblical view on some of these popular sexual matters.
Yes, that's correct.
Earl, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Is there a recommended biblical sex style and position? This is important because I see some preachers insist on the missionary position and avoid any other sex position.
If you read through the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, you do not see any place where God ever gave or prescribed a particular sex style. If you even go into history to see the origin of missionary style, you discover that it was even years after Jesus Christ. For anything that the Bible is silent on, God has left that thing to the intelligence that He has given to us. He has also put the Spirit of God inside us that regulates us individually and also guides us corporately. For anything that is not clearly stated out in the Bible, including sex styles, has been left to our discretion to choose which of them is okay for us and which is not okay for us. Every style is holy as long as it does not violate the moral conscience of the two people in the marriage, as long as it also does not pose health risk and physical risk to you. They avoid every sex style that may make you call 911 so that you don't go and suffer fracture to your penis. Somebody falls up, you enjoy yourself. If your partner is not even comfortable, if your partner feels that the missionary style violates his or her conscience, it is wrong for you to force it on the person. To him that know what is right and fails to do it, to that man it is a sin. Paul, defining love, says that love is not selfish, it's not self-centered. So I may want doggy, but if the doggy style, for example, violates the conscience of my spouse, if my spouse sees the doggy style as a sin, I will be wrong to insist that my partner should do that. Scripture says one, the two shall become one. So with time, you will blend into one until your spouse begins to accept that understanding that, oh, this style is not unholy. Style does not violate nature. Style does not violate God's principles. Until your partner grows to that level, do not force yourself. Do not insist on a particular style. At the end of the day, you may enjoy it, but your partner does not. And the purpose of sex is sharing an experience. It's about the two of us enjoying the experience. Your spouse will be feeling guilty after the sex instead of feeling satisfied.
Should Christians use sex toys and sex accessories? We have from as common as lubricants through dildos, vibrators, to chains and whips and handcuffs in BDSM. So, what is the boundary? How far can we go?
These are objects or substances that are used to enhance sexual pleasure and sexual activities. They are not used to replace. They are not used to compete. The question now becomes, is it wrong for you to try to enhance the sexual pleasure in your marriage? Are you trying to use it to bully your spouse? Does it violate your spouse's conscience? Does it dehumanize your spouse? Does it negatively affect your health or the health of your spouse? Even when it comes to using the handcuffs, using the whips, props, and the costumes of people wanting to dress like a nurse, wanting to dress like a police, and the rest, the most important thing is your spouse's conscience and your spouse's consent, the safety. So when it comes to these sex toys, do you both have the free will consent to use these particular things to enhance your experience? Is it safe? Infections? Is it the privacy of your marriage? I don't see anything wrong. We use different things to enhance different aspects of our lives. Sometimes we use walking sticks to enhance our movement. If you can enhance your speech, you can enhance your movement, you can enhance your sight. Why should it be wrong if my wife and I choose to enhance our sexual experience? You know, it's not a third party. You're not bringing a third party into your marriage.
Sex during menses. The way the Old Testament positioned menses as an unclean period, what should be the approach for a couple who is comfortable with having sex during menses? Is it sinful?
Many of the people who get to kick against it is because it could be messy. Both partners are vulnerable to diseases. People can wait for the dry moment moments, because there are dry moments, there are dry periods during menses. So during those moments, people can choose to have sex with condoms. So it's not outrightly wrong. It is not a sin. It is only risky. For you to properly understand the Old Testament, you must understand that God was talking to a people. Their health system was not as developed as ours. Why did he want them to avoid pork? Because of the digestive issues which these things could easily cause. They did not have the Andrew liver salt, sugar and salt solutions. We see the rules God gave regarding when somebody touches a dead body, the person should avoid people for 7 days in case you pick up diseases. So if after 7 days it does not manifest in your own life, it means that you are clean. So God was actually protecting their physical health. But today, we know I can touch a dead body today. Thank God they have a medical doctor. And just sanitize, and just with spirit, you are clean.
Because hygiene and the health system was poor. It makes sense for a God that is loving to put some guidelines. Now we have sanitizers, we have better hygiene, we have sanitary pads and different things we could use. We have a better understanding. We could explore without the fear of infection to safely have sex during menses. It still comes down to the place of consent, conscience, and safety. Quickly, let's talk about right to sex. Should men see sex as something that is for them? Should ladies see sex as something that is for them? Who has the right? Is it proper for a lady to demand for sex?
It is a cultural thing, it's not a spiritual thing. And that's because women feel that one of their biggest power is sex. That's why they sometimes use it for dominance, they use it to manipulate, for control, as their bargaining power. If you see the Old Testament and you see the rules for a couple that just got married, that the man is supposed to stay off the military to be able to satisfy his wife for 1 year. In this 1 year, you are meeting the needs of this woman, the emotional, the sexual, the romantic, and everything. The scripture does not even say women should not deny their husband sex. It starts with men, don't deny your wives, and wives, don't deny your husband.
I need your own personal view on homosexuality and the different gender types, sexual orientation, and identities.
This world that we are living is degenerating. Things are not just only happening to our minds, things are also happening to our bodies. My own opinion regarding the matter is that I will not fight you for being homosexual, for being bisexual. I have been bisexual before, so it's not like it is something that is strange to me. I will not fight you for any sexual identity or orientation that you choose to take. The human sexuality is designed as plug and socket, male and female. So I'm not even trying to talk about regarding your brain wiring. I'm more looking at you physiologically. Even if there was no God, how do we need to continue our species to ensure that we don't go into extinction? I'm looking at it from that biological argument. You were born in a particular way. I cannot reject you based on the circumstances of your birth. But however, you cannot force me to accept the circumstances of your birth as normal. I should not accept it as normal. I should ask myself, why is this child born with Down syndrome? Why is it that this particular child was born with only 1 limb? The 2 hands are not there. I'm going to accept you the way you are, but I'm not going to see it as, oh, because you were born that way, it is not. Ask myself that what happened, because if it is normal, how does this your normality benefit your species?
So thank you very much, Earl. If you find this video very helpful, hit the like button, stay subscribed, take charge of your health and happiness, and I will see you in the next one.